What is up? What is going on, people? Dave at SVA Card Collectors. Rough Jet game. Rough. Sounded like a doggy. Yeah, I mean, I knew that was going to happen. Especially, not that it mattered if the Jets were at full strength. I think the score probably would have been worse because their starters didn't play as well as their backups do. But Lamar Jackson he's a sight to see. And watching him, that's really the first time I really got to see Lamar Jackson. And he looked damn good, and he's very, very efficient. He didn't miss. I will say this, he does have better players than the Jets, so his mistakes were covered up pretty good. Some underthrows that, they would catch with the Jets, they would just look at the ball and go, well, it's too far away from me, it was underthrown, so I'm not going to catch it. But I'm not. Lamar Jackson is the real deal. He is fast. I will say this, though. Watching that made me not a long-term buyer of Lamar Jackson. Not at all. People may say, oh, he's going to revolutionize. He's not revolutionizing anything. And I'm going to tell you why. That guy is going to get hurt in 2 to 3 years. And we're going to have the same conversation that we had with Michael Vick. And they're going to say, see, this is what happens when you have a running quarterback. They get hurt. And that's what's going to happen. He took a shot with the stinky Jets. They got a hit on him. And when you have run calls, run plays, and he's the feature back, he's going to get hit. He's going to make a mistake. It just takes one. It's one time where he doesn't slide. He doesn't typically slide or run out of bounds. Or, the Patriots, if they play him, they're going to figure him out. It's not a question of if, it's going to be a question of when. And if it's in the championship game, Bill Belichick is going to figure this guy out. And he's going to go, this is what we're going to do here, boys. He's not going to be able to get outside, so he's going to have to run inside. And then maybe break it out. Once he starts doing that, he's going to start getting hammered by linebackers. I don't. I'm very... This year, next year, maybe 2 or 3 years, he's going to be money. He may win a Super Bowl. He is unbelievable. I'm not discrediting it, but he's not going to last. Look at Cam Newton. Cam Newton is built like a beast. Gets hurt. He's hurt now. He can't run. He can't do it. And so this option with Ingram, they do a lot of options. They have 2 players stacked on one side for extra blockers, and they just basically option it down the middle. And because Lamar Jackson's so fast, you gotta be careful about it. And they also throw out of it, so he may option or do a play action against Ingram, and then he steps back. And so everyone's got to be wary of that, because look at the Jets. They were getting behind. Well, the Jets stink, but they were getting behind them, the defensive backs, because they were so worried about Lamar Jackson running to the outside that they were trying to push up. They were trying to get to the corners because the defensive line and the linebackers lacked the speed to get there, and or lacked the discipline to contain him. He couldn't be contained. So he was able to run to the outside and duck out of bounds for the most part. But whenever he ducked inside is when he started taking a hit or two. But I don't think this year. I think he'll be all right this year, next year. But I think after 2 or 3 years, he would not be a long-term investment for me. I would be, buy him now. He's high now because he's going to get higher. He's going to get high as a... No, he's going to get pretty high, I think, in the playoffs. And if he does make it to the Super Bowl, his cards are going to be priced insanely. So I think you could still buy it now and still buy high, and it's going to go even higher if you have the money for it. A little sip. But that opened my eyes. I didn't realize that. I thought it was more of a, well, no one's, he's passing and he doesn't see anything and he's running. No, they are just calling runs for this guy. So that's my hot take, brought to you by no one. No one, because no one is listening. So I was having a little discussion with regards to shill bidding. And I don't know if this person was being stupid on purpose. It didn't seem like it. And they were basically saying, well, if someone shill bids and people are still bidding it up after the shill bid, then that must be the market value. And you're just complaining that you're just not getting a good deal and you're not paying below market value. And tough noogies, which I'm glad I have a podcast, is a dumb answer. Dumb, stupid answer. Because if you're going based on past sales, that is not the market value. Market value is what someone's willing to pay now. And if someone is artificially raising the price, then they're artificially raising the past history. And a card that may not have a market value as high, but because people are bidding it up, aka maybe a Uribe, like the Juan Uribe card, a lot of people coming into the hobby who don't know too much about it. We'll see Juan Uribe, I think 1990 Fleer, I think it is. There's a couple, they have them being sold for like $100,000, and you have some, every once in a while you see one go for $10,000 to $15,000. If you see that, you go, oh crap, I got a ton of Uribes. I'm going to post them up if you're just getting started. You don't know. That's not the market value, but you're new, you're dumb in the game, and you make a bad choice. So that may not be, and it's probably not the best correlation, but yeah, that's not a good correlation at all. That's just silly. But let me rephrase that. But in any case, it's illegal. Also, it's a federal crime. So typically, if it's a federal crime, it is not to be done. And so it's not a good thing. If the guy was just arguing just to for argument's sake, I guess, to be the devil's advocate. And I'm not a big fan of, let me be the devil advocate. No! If you don't agree with it, then don't agree with it. If you agree, then shut up and agree with me. So, and we were talking in reference to a card that was being sold by PWCC and how I won't buy from them anymore because there is text messages and I believe even emails telling people, hey, this is pretty low, bid it higher. Bid it higher. People will pay more. And with an auction, sometimes you're not even dealing with market value. You're dealing with, I just want the damn card, and I don't want somebody to beat me out on it. And that's what got me on the Munson card, which I'm not too happy. I love my 71 Munson, his second year, but I didn't look at it good enough. And I bid too much. I had a number set in my head, and then I said, well, I just want this dumb card. And now, not that I'm stuck with it, it's a nice card, but I think I could have bought a nicer looking 7. So there's that. So shill bidding is, what is shill bidding? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I should explain it a little bit. Shill bidding is you have a card and it's on eBay and you call up your friend and you go, hey, can you do me a favor? It's at $20 right now. I really want to sell it at 80. Can you bid it to like 75 for me? get it up there, so I can make sure that I at least get, someone bids after that, I get 76 or bid it to 78 or something like that, because I really don't have that many bids. And the guy goes, all right, no problem. That is shill bidding. Or you create a second account on eBay and you bid on it yourself. You go, I don't need my friend, I can just do it myself. All illegal. eBay doesn't do much about it, from what I hear. And so it happens rampant, especially with these consigners, Probstein, PWCC. It's said to happen with Probstein. I don't know at all. People just go, it went higher, it's a shill bid. You also, I don't think everything is a shill bid, because they have huge, massive email lists, both these consigners. And sometimes you go, well, I like these cards. These are the cards. You give them information, and they have the little database. Or you have a psacard.com, you sign up, you put your cards that are, you have for PSA, and they see what you're collecting. Or you tell them, hey, I'm collecting the 55 set. And they go, hey, buddy, we got like 10 1955 cards that we think are nice. Sometimes they'll go, I know you have this card already, but here's one in a better condition. I know you want to, get the best condition possible. So they are targeting the exact people that want to buy their cards. So when you have that, you're going to do better in your bids and in your auctions. It's a good machine, and that's it. That's really what it comes down to. I would love to do a consignment company. I think it would be great. I think you make good money on both ends. But you have to have that big email list. And you have to have it targeted. Because you don't just want to be like, I just collect basketball cards and you're sending me 1952 Topps Commons. I don't care. It's got to be smart enough. And for the most part, their emailing system is smart enough. So I don't think everything is shill bid. And for the most part, I didn't think it was, just because I'm looking at the same emails that everyone else is getting, going, I like that card. That's the card I'm looking for. I will click on it. It's doing its job. So I see that. And so I can understand that if there's 100 collectors all going, hey, I need that common. I have the money. And then maybe 15% go, I have the money, I can bid. So now you have like 15, 20 guys bidding on this one card. And then you get the auction angst and you're like, nah, I want this card, I don't care. I want to win, because I want to win, damn it. And you want to show, it's like a male thing. Sorry, I don't think it's a female thing. Your testosterone's pumping. You want to show off, you puff your chest as you're bidding. You may pee on the side to show your dominance, and that's your territory. And so you get like that. And so I can understand prices going higher. But if you have text messages and you have emails, that's a different story. So hopefully something happens with them. I haven't heard anything new with that stuff. But long story short, shill bidding's no bueno, and that's why I don't bid with PWCC. I know a lot of people don't bid with them either. So there's that. I was bidding a lot on. I really like Topps Heritage. It's probably my favorite set out of everything. And so I've been looking at card lots. And you should play around with wording. Words. Let's play around with words, mother. No, oh, Jesus, I gotta get into this Cross Island. A lot of cars. A lot of cars. So I was looking to see, I have a bunch of cloth stickers, and I didn't revise the prices, so they're like astronomically expensive for no reason, and so that's why no one's buying them. And so I was revising some of the prices, I was really taking a look at it. I wasn't revising my prices. My prices are still, tremendously high. No one would pay that much for these things. But I started looking, and I started seeing other cards that I liked. So, for example, I would go, all right, Vladimir Guerrero cloth, 2019 Topps Heritage, high number, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. cloth. You start scrolling down, and you start seeing sometimes the cloth has other cards in them. And that's where you will find your deals, and that's where you're going to, make things happen. People don't word it properly, or they do word it properly, but eBay's search engine is just not that bright and goes, I don't know, yeah. So I saw a bunch of deals where they had a bunch of base cards or insert cards or chrome cards that I'm looking for, that had I searched a different, different wording, I wouldn't have found. And then from there, you can see how other stuff is worded and go, all right, well, I'll look for, I've been looking too much with specific guys. Let me look at rookie lots, or let me look at something else. And, you start going through that rabbit hole. And it's very similar on Amazon. That's how you also look for, and this is, you're like, Dave, you're going from left field here, private labeling. And private labeling is creating your own product. You would buy it from China, this product. You would buy a product that looks almost exactly like the products being sold on Amazon, and maybe you tweak it a bit based off of customers. You look at the reviews and see what people were complaining about. You would look at the stuff, you'd buy it and take a look and go, I could do something a little bit better. This piece needs to be sturdier, or whatever the case may be. And you create your own product, and that's private labeling. A lot of people would just buy the same crap, slap their label on it, and sell it for cheaper. And so they would take a smaller margin, and spend a ton of ads to be on the top. And if you got enough sales velocity, if you got enough sales, you would be able to rank on the first page, and you would make bank. So the way you would search for private label, you literally just start typing words in. And then from there, you would look to see what was popular. And then you would just go down a rabbit hole. You'd be like, oh, people who like this also like this. And you would click on that. And you go, oh, look at this. Maybe this would sell well. And then you just keep on clicking on different things. And you would start off on one thing and be in a totally different product. Same thing with eBay. You can search terms and you look at the wording and what people are using for words. And you just, Dave, you like the word words, man. So if people are wording a title different ways, you may not be searching correctly. Or maybe people are just not wording it correctly, and so you need to know that. I know sometimes there's, people use misspellings, and they think that's the way to go. No. I'm not, it does work sometimes, but just go and look for yourself. I mean, like I said, I typed in cloth sticker card, and I found a slew of cards that had nothing to do with cloth sticker cards. So maybe there's a special insert that a card has, or there's something where people are bundling them together because they know, wow, a lot of people like this card, let me get rid of my crap cards. Or they just want everything sold. So they go, all right, I have all these inserts, let's just take them all. So don't just look for, don't just type in, hey, I want a Vladimir Guerrero lot of cards. And you will get most of the time, you're going to get everything. But if you type in other words, type in other things, you may find lots of, Vladimir Guerrero cards, maybe not 10, but maybe you'll find 5 of them. And they go for, but you also will get a bunch of inserts, and you're going to get it for a lot less because everyone goes, oh, I don't want those stupid inserts. But you're going to get 5 Vladimir Guerreros, and you're going to pay, a cheaper price per card because people aren't thinking about it. People aren't looking at that. So just some things to to research when you're going through eBay. I find it a lot. That's how I find a lot of stuff by doing that, by going down the rabbit hole, searching different topics, searching different things, looking at inserts, going against the grain. That's the best advice I can give. All right, I'm done. I got a lot more driving to do, and I'd like to. I don't know if I'm going to listen to baseball podcasts. Maybe not. I like listening to political podcasts. I will not talk about political stuff here because then everyone's going to be like, that's what it comes down to. I'm right, you're wrong. You're wrong, I'm right. Sound like a bunch of jerks. Just realize both parties are wrong. They're both the same people. They're just arguing. They all do the same thing at the end of the day. They're all corrupt. The man is always corrupt, no matter who's in charge, man. So we need a third party to rule. Yeah, and then they would become corrupt. Everyone's corrupt, the whole system. All right, I'm done. SVAcardcollectors.com. Download the Flick Chat app. Thank you very much I asked the question, what is everybody into? People answered, and then I made a podcast that had nothing to do with you people answered with. But I will eventually get to it. All right, guys, you know what to do. Buy some cards and go broke. Later.